Samantala, hindi lang billions kundi trillions of pesos daw ang mawawala sa ekonomiya kung matutuloy ang EDSA rebuild. Yan ang babala ng isang eksperto at isang grupo ng mga negosyante. Narito ang agenda report ni Soo Jin Kim.
Mahigit 2 taon ng pagtitiis at trilyong pisong economic impact. Ito ang babala ng mga ekonomista at negosyante habang sinisimulan ang malakihang rehabilitasyon ng EDSA. Ayon sa director ng Ateneo Center for Economic Research na si Sir Percival Reyes, ang limitasyon sa mobilidad sa pangunahing kalsada ng bansa ay maaaring magdulot ng pagbagal sa ekonomiya at posibleng inflation.
So all told, the daily losses, if you add them all up, and they run in the billions, by the way. If you add them all up in 1 year, they actually can outweigh GDP growth. So that's how big it is. It can range trillions and even be greater than GDP growth. But beyond a certain threshold, congestion begins to become a drag on growth. Specifically, if your congestion gets to be worse than 35 to 37 hours of delay per commuter per year, okay, that will have an effect on your economy.
Ito din ang naging sentimiento ng isa sa pinakamalaking business group sa bansa, lalong iniinda raw ng mga logistics companies ang bagong setup.
But definitely it will have an impact on increasing the logistic cost of many operations. Many of the truck firms that I talk to, their productivity is almost cut to half. Because on a day trip, they can only make one trip. So now we're delivering according to the advisory to do delivery at night, and that adds cost. Not only that the delivery, you pay more for the night's work, but also the warehousing and everything. You have to have people receiving those goods also. So that takes a big chunk on the cost of operations for many companies.
The delays in the transportation of goods and services, that will have a lot of cost also, no? Gasoline being burned in traffic, okay? The delays, all right? Not to mention the negative externalities, the pollution that is going to be, imposed upon the environment.
Ayon kay PCCI Chairman George Barcelon, sa salary expense pa lang, plus 30% na ang dagdag sa gastusin ng mga negosyante dahil sa night differential.
So this cost will be passed on.
Sa retail at mall sector, inaasahan na ang malaking bawas sa foot traffic na maaaring magresulta sa pagkalugi ng ilang negosyo sa Metro Manila.
I can see that some of the service sectors, restaurants or whatnot, will be affected because when you think that traveling before will be, let's say, an hour, now becomes 2 hours. That will discourage you, to try to go towards that direction. If not, you have to route your way, and we really don't have many alternate routes to go from one side of the city to the other side of the city.
Dalawang posibleng solusyon, isa na ang patuloy na pagde-decentralize ng economic activity papunta sa mga rehiyon sa labas ng NCR.
So ultimately, economic activities, investments will be channeled outside Metro Manila so that we can ease the congestion therein. Okay? And that, of course, will come with investments in infrastructure. That's really what our long-term planning, economic development planning should be about.
It's so improving the provinces, sir.
At ang pagbabalik ng work from home arrangements sa maraming opisina.
So I think much like what we did during the pandemic, we could probably consider having more flexible working hours, work from home.
Para sa agenda, Soo Jin Kim, Billionaire News Channel.